In this tutorial, we will be talking about global warming and the greenhouse effect. Greenhouses become very warm inside, and this is because the visible rays from the sun pass through the glass, so the visible rays of the sun will enter into the greenhouse. However, instead of escaping, their energy will be absorbed by everything inside the greenhouse and they will be radiated as infrared energy, which is heat. However, infrared energy has a longer wavelength and thus infrared energy can't pass back out through the glass, so it will be left inside the greenhouse. So again, the visible rays from the sun will pass into the greenhouse and their energy will be absorbed by everything inside the greenhouse and then it will be radiated as infrared energy, so as heat. So the temperature inside the greenhouse will rise. However, because infrared energy has longer wavelength, it can't pass out through the glass, so it will be left inside the greenhouse. Actually, carbon dioxide behaves rather like a glass. So sunlight will pass through the atmosphere and warms up the earth. And then infrared radiation, IR, will be given off by the earth. Most of the infrared radiation will escape to the outer space, allowing the earth to cool back. However, some IR, some infrared radiation will be absorbed by greenhouse gases in the air, including carbon dioxide, keeping the earth warm and enough to sustain life. So the earth here will act like a greenhouse. Visible rays will pass through the atmosphere and they will warm up the earth and then they will be radiated as infrared radiation. Most of the infrared radiation will escape to the outer space and thus the earth will cool back. However, because of the presence of carbon dioxide, which is a greenhouse gas which acts like a glass, some of the infrared radiation will be absorbed, which keeps the earth warm enough to sustain life. So greenhouse gases are important for life because without them the earth would be too cold to sustain life. Other greenhouse gases are water vapor and methane, which are actually more effective than carbon dioxide. However, there hasn't been as much change in the level of these gases in the atmosphere in recent years. What is really changing is the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, because since the Industrial Revolution, fossil fuels have been used to fuel industrial plants, and thus the level of carbon dioxide has been rising. And as a consequence of the increase in the level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and trapping more infrared radiation, the Earth's temperature has been rising too, and the majority of scientists believe that the increasing level of carbon dioxide is the cause of global warming. So now we are talking about the enhanced greenhouse effect. Since the Industrial Revolution, the levels of carbon dioxide has increased, and then we had an increase in the amount of heat retained inside the Earth, causing the atmosphere and the Earth's surface to heat up.